Hi everyone, it's Rachel Kleinman from rwcrafts.com. I have not been here to film a video for you guys in a very, very long time, and even the ones that I did film were not so great, not super involved. Um, I moved to California a year and a half ago, and time is really flying. Anyways, I haven't figured out a great filming setup for my space or a great voiceover setup. I also, as I've mentioned in some of my videos, I live right next to a train, so that can get quite loud and it makes recording videos pretty hard sometimes. So, anyways, here I am. I'm giving it a go, and I really wanted to share a simple art journal page for you guys. I would like to say that this is a beginner level art journal page. You can do this with whatever supplies you have on hand, with whatever paints you have on hand, whether you have $20 paints or dollar paints, it doesn't matter. You can do this. So I really want to inspire some people to just do something quick, and here we are. So right now I am tearing up strips of Dina Wakley collage paper. This paper is really nice because it rips very cleanly. I'm not getting little bits and pieces. It really rips in a straight line. I'm attaching it to my art journal page with Liquitex heavy matte gel. So it just acts as a strong glue. I'm putting down all these strips in a vertical way. Nothing will be horizontal in this art journal. I lied. The sentiment at the very end will be horizontal, but everything else will be in a vertical way. Just trying to keep it as easy and thoughtless as possible. So once I've got all my collage strips down, I'm going to add some washi tape. This is Dina Wakley's washi tape. You can see a lot of the products I'm using today are actually Dina's products. I really, really like her products. No, I'm not getting paid anything to say that. I wish I was. That would be cool. So here's the washi tape. And also, if you don't have a decorated or designed tissue paper, like what I used before, then just use washi tape. And washi tape's so cheap. Again, use the expensive stuff or the cheap stuff. Just use whatever you have on hand. Keep it simple. So I'm putting, again, the washi tape also in a vertical way. And the colors that I choose for this art journal are going to be pretty much based off those tape colors. So you can see some yellows, some reddish colors, some blue greens, and also a lot of specks. So I really like to do splatters and specks in my art journal pages. So the first color I'm putting down, I'm starting with the lightest, obviously. This is called Lemon. It is an acrylic paint by Dina Wakley Media. And I'm putting that in to fill around the white spaces, but also covering up some of the papers and the washi tapes. This paint is really nice because you still get a lot of pigment, but you can see the translucent aspect is still there. So you can still see what you have below it, which is really cool. So I'm done with the lemon. I'm going to keep it wet. I'm not going to dry it. This is a technique that I haven't done in a long time. I should have known that it wasn't going to work. So I did not gesso these pages before I started the art journal. So the pages are just raw paper, for lack of a better term. So what this technique should do is I should be able to wipe up the paint with a baby wipe, so you get like a ghost or empty effect in the background, like a negative stencil effect. Since I did not gesso these pages, it didn't really work. So really I was just scraping away at paper. You can see it did kind of work where in the spots where I had put the Liquitex matte gel, because that had the right surface to pick up the paint. But I thought I'd leave my mistake in there so you guys can learn from my mistakes. If you want to do that technique, gesso your pages first. So now on the edges, I am adding Dina Wakley Paint Turquoise. It's a beautiful color. And I did spritz it with water. So I wanted this one to be more wet so that I could mix it in just a little bit with whatever of the yellow paint was still wet. So you can see I'm getting this really pretty kind of sea green teal color. I really, really like it. I'm happy with that color that I got. And the next color I'm going to add is, it's Blushing. That is Blushing, again by Dina Wakley. I put a little bit in my palette tray here, and then I sprayed a lot of water. So what I'm doing is I'm turning this acrylic paint essentially into a watercolor. And that makes it really good for splattering. I love to add splatters on my page. Usually it's the last thing that I do, but why not? Why not throw it in the middle? It's not going to hurt anything. So I really like to do the splatter technique with a fan brush, but really it'll work with any type of brush you have. So just cleaning that up. And then this is going to take some time to dry because it is just essentially water. So I skipped that out for you guys. So now that it's mostly dry, I'm going to start drawing. I don't draw. I can't draw. But you know what I can draw is scribbly circles. And I bet you can draw scribbly circles too. So give it a go. Just go as many times as you want. And then I'm going to add a straight line for a stem. And that's it. I think you guys can do it too. Like I said, this is a beginner art journal page. The pen that I'm using is a Pitt pen. It's by Faber-Castell. It's actually a pen that's filled with India ink. So once it dries, it is super permanent, very permanent. Even if it's on your clothes, it's permanent. So it's a great pen to have. It's great for art journaling. You can paint it, you can spray it with water, you can put whatever you want on it, and it's not going to go anywhere, at least once it dries. So now I'm filling in my, what I assume are going to be little flowers. I'm filling them in with some white paint. This is Liquitex Basics paint. You can get it at most art stores and it's pretty inexpensive and you get quite a lot of it. So if you need your basic colors, I recommend the Liquitex Basic. Liquitex Basic. That's a tongue twister, especially because I'm losing my voice. Yeah, I'm a teacher. That's my day job. And I just finished conferences. So on top of this, I've also been just talking all day, and here I am talking some more. So please excuse my voice. But I really wanted to get this done for you guys. It's been so long since I've done a video, but this was good. It was good to come home after work, after a long day, and just spend 30 minutes painting. It was so nice. So now in my palette tray, I am adding the color Ocean. This is also by Dina Wakley. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. It's definitely one of my favorites of hers. It's kind of like a dark teal. Anyways, I am painting just in small little half circles with a dry brush. I did not get this brush wet. I want there to be kind of that stroke look to it. So when you have a dry brush, you're going to see more of the brush strokes rather than when you have a wet brush. And I really wanted that in my little flowers. Or you can just use your fingers. As you see, I've used my finger, just put it on my fingers a lot. So I'm using some more of that watercolor that I created, which is the blushing paint with water. And I'm putting that again on the right hand inner circle. I don't really like how it's mixing with that blue. I think if it wasn't so watercolory, it would have mixed better. But whatever, not going to stress it. Gonna go over that white paint again with my Pitt pen. This is just a black Pitt pen. They come in all different sizes. You can get skinny, you can get brush, you can get fat ones. They call them, I think they just call them big brush pens, the big ones. So just going over some of that white so you can see the outline a little better. And of course drying all that water. And my final color that I'm going to add is on the inner circle on the right hand side. I'm going to add a little bit of cheddar. This is again by Dina Wakley. It's a really cool orange. It's not an in-your-face bright orange like the yellow is. It's kind of more toned down. So it's going to be a good balance to the page, especially up against that bright yellow. So you couldn't see it because I kind of had the camera cut off, but I added a sentiment from Tim Holtz Chit Chat or Small Talk, or one of those things. I'll put the link in the description below. It says, "There is beauty in simplicity." And I thought that was the perfect phrase for this very simple art journal page. In total, it took me 30 minutes, so that was worth it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Bye.